Hey guys, Karen here. I just wanted to film an update. I know that the last video that I posted was over a year ago now, and I am sorry, but a lot has gone on. If you watch any of my videos, I think you kind of know that a lot has gone on. So last April, so a little over a year ago now, I had a Fleur de Lis skin removal, a Fleur de Lis plasty with Brachioplasty and a full breast lift and augmentation. This was because I had lost 230 pounds from my gastric bypass, which I had in June of 2015, 4 years ago. So 4 years ago, I had a gastric bypass. I weighed 400 pounds at my highest weight. I'm about 180 now. At the time of surgery of my full brachioplasty, Fleur de Lis, tummy tuck, and breast augmentation, I was about 165 with all of the skin off. But then I got blood clots, so I had a full left leg clot and a saddle PE, and was on the couch for about 3, 5, 6 months. 3 months on the couch, 5, 6 months it took me to really recuperate well. And so I just think that sedentary lifestyle just really did a number on me. I'm not actively trying to lose weight right now. I'm just still trying to kind of heal and get better. My arms still have a lot of swelling. I actually have pitting edema in my left arm that we're still trying to figure out if it has anything to do with my blood clots or whatever. I did have pitting edema in my right arm for a little while, along with some severe nerve pain. But I just wanted to get you guys all caught up on what had happened. So I had skin removal surgery with the show called Skin Tight on TLC. It aired after my 600-pound life, and I was actually cast on the show. I will link a description in the description down below. I'll link the show from TLC if you'd like to watch it. It's pretty interesting. So losing 230 pounds, obviously you're left with a ton of leftover skin. Once Dr. Cash, shout out to Dr. Cash. She was the most amazing surgeon ever. She's based out of Houston, Texas. She did amazing work. Like I said, I had a full brachioplasty with a full breast lift with augmentation and a full Fleur de Lis that goes all the way to my hips. I'll show you all my incisions and scars and everything. But yeah, she's out of Houston, Texas, and she is amazing. She did liposuction to contour and curve and everything. I was under the knife for 14 hours. Yes, she's a rock star. 14 hours. Everything was done at one time. I didn't have multiple surgeries. So yeah, so that was my thing. Like I said, I started at 400 pounds. I had my gastric bypass in June 4 years ago. I lost 230 pounds. Was left over with all this tons of skin. If you haven't seen my video right before this, I'll link it in the description below as well. It's a video of all my skin before it was removed. And now I'll show you my scars from this surgery. So like I said, I had a full brachioplasty. So my scars go from my elbow all the way down and into my armpit. They actually go all the way down and around and into my breast lift and augmentation. So both arms. This arm is actually pretty keloided up. I don't know if you can tell, but I don't care. To be completely honest, like, she got a pound off of each arm, and as you can tell, I don't have any more, like, I mean, a little bit, but not anything like it was in my previous video. So a pound off of each arm, and then we'll move up. Obviously, I can't show you my breasts because we are on YouTube, but let me stand up. Let me get this all good. So my tummy, I had a full all the way down. I can be careful here, but it goes all the way around and up here on this side, and then all the way around and up here on this side. So I still have chub. I mean, obviously she can't be a miracle worker. And then up here on my breast line, so as you can see, it goes all the way around and then up to my nipples, and then my nipples were taken off and put back on. But she's a miracle worker. I mean, I have like hips now. I have curve right here. I do have some chub because obviously I need to work on that. I gained a little bit of weight back. And I just think that that's from being sedentary and just kind of sitting for 3 months with blood clots. So I think that's a little bit, I mean, 14 hours under the knife, and then I had all that surgery done at once. you can't move around a lot. I actually had drains in each hip, and then under each breast is where I had all of my drains. Weird questions that I guess get asked all the time, and hopefully this isn't too inappropriate for YouTube, but do your breasts still work? Yes, you can see right now they still work. So yes, they work. Breastfeeding, I don't know yet. Kyle and I obviously haven't had a baby yet, so we don't know. Recovery. So I was in the hospital in Houston for about 24 hours. That's all they kept me in the hospital for. And then I had to recover there in Houston for 2 weeks, according to the show. And that's just because you can't fly with drains or anything in you. And I'll also link some pictures and things in here as well. But you can't fly with drains, obviously. And they want to make sure, too, that you're not expelling a ton of stuff, just to make sure that everything is healing well and everything. But my drains were great. Went off without a hitch. I just had them in for about 14 days, and then we were able to remove all of those. The healing part for me, the breasts were the worst. I still kind of feel like they're in my armpit, like I'm not used to that because mine were so floppy and so low before surgery. And she did quite a large size on me because I am very barrel chested. Like I'm built just like my mom. And so I'm very barrel chested. And so she picked a size that would still look good on my body. I can handle large breasts. I had them before. They were just to my belly button. So I actually have a brand new belly button as well now. So she cut that out and shortened it because obviously being that overweight, it was very, very deep. So shortened that, and now it's just a little belly button. But yeah, I mean, surgery was, I think, as expected. It was not horrible. Would I do it again? Yeah, I would do it again tomorrow. The blood clots, honestly, were the worst part just because of how long it took to recover. And I still am not back to my full energy. I'm still not back to just regular life yet. I'm very fatigued all the time. I'm very tired, and I'm just barely a year out. So I think that's a little bit normal. But yeah, as far as like pain and everything, like I said, my breasts were the worst part. The tummy never bothered me. So I have an incision from here all the way down to my pubic bone and then all the way across both my hips. That incision was cake. My arms and my breasts have been the worst. And I just don't know if that's me. That just may be a total personal thing, and some people may be flip-flopped. But for me, yeah, the arms and the breasts were the worst. So I'm planning on, I've actually had a really crazy life. And I'm really planning on doing a few story times, and I'm really, really wanting to get on YouTube and to share my life stories with you guys. Some of you may know that I am a sexual abuse survivor from when I was a little girl. I didn't have a very good home life growing up. I just felt that I was hated and that I was my mom's like bane of her existence, that I couldn't do anything right, and I was always in trouble, and it didn't matter what I did. And so I did not have a good upbringing emotionally or physically at home. And then when I was 28 years old, I placed a baby for adoption. Weighed 400 pounds at that time. I've lost 230 pounds, had this whole surgery, was featured on a TLC show. And I've had brushes with suicide. I've had so much counseling, but I think that I am a better person for it, and I'd really love to share that with you guys, and to kind of share with you my life story, and to help you guys be positive. And because heaven knows it took so much for me to find out who I am as a woman, and I'm still trying to figure that out, but who I am and what I wanted and what I deserved out of life, and how to be positive and how to overcome everything. I've talked to a few counselors that are like, you should be a drug addict. Like, you should be a complete alcoholic, drug addict with what you've been through in your life. And I just kind of always had the attitude of, I'll show you. Not necessarily in a snotty way, but in a, I'll get over this. I'll do better. It'll be better. And so I really want to kind of share that with you guys, because I know that so many people struggle. I struggled for so long. I still have bad days. But I think it's so important, especially as a woman, to just be vulnerable with one another and to buoy each other up and make each other feel better. And there's so much garbage in this world right now. And if I can be a force for good, or help one person, or tell my story and one person say, I feel just like that, or I know how you feel, or dang, if she did it, I can do it. That's worth it. One person is helped, and that's worth it to me. So stay tuned. I'd love for you guys to subscribe and to just learn more about me and my life, and kind of some tips and tricks and tools of how to navigate this crazy life. It's not easy, but it's so worth it when you have those moments where you look back in your life and you can say, I know why I'm still here after all the crazy things I've been through and all the crazy things I've tried to do to myself. Sabotaging myself with weight, trying to kill myself after the adoption, just so many things. And I look at my life right now and where I am, and I can see why I'm still here. And I want you guys to feel like that as well, and to have hope, and to know that things get better. And no matter how crappy your day is today, you just have to sleep, and you get to start all over tomorrow, and you get to make it whatever you want tomorrow. Sometimes we're dealt really crappy cards in life, and we can't help that. But we can do things to help ourselves to feel better. And so I really want to talk to you guys and open up about my struggles and my life, in hopes that it helps one of you. If you have any questions about my surgery, about being on the show, about anything like that, please leave comments below, questions below. I would love, love, love to talk to you guys. You can find me on Facebook. My name is Karen Hurst. I have an Instagram. It's KarenHurst79. But yeah, I would love to talk to you guys. Ask any questions if you're getting ready to have all of the surgery that I had, or gastric bypass, or adoption, or anything. Please let me know. I'm more than happy to help and to share. Anyways, you guys have a wonderful day, and we'll talk again soon. Bye.